What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports Dude Hines Show. And in this episode, this is an installment of Hot Take Tuesday. On Hot Take Tuesday, I'll give you a hot take that I have that pretty much most people don't. And my hot take for this episode is that I believe the Kansas City Chiefs will not be in the Super Bowl. Heading into this season, most people, including myself, thought the Kansas City Chiefs would go to the Super Bowl and probably even win a Super Bowl for the second consecutive year. Patrick Mahomes won the MVP in 2018. The following year, they won the Super Bowl, and they have just been unstoppable ever since Patrick Mahomes has been their starter. And there was lots of hype for the Chiefs, deservedly so, because they're just one of the best teams in the NFL. To close out the regular season, they were 14-2. They have 14 wins, but some of those wins are quite deceiving. They've nearly lost many of those games. In 8 of their 14 wins, they were by one possession. In their last 7 wins were all by one possession. That is the longest streak in NFL history for one possession games in consecutive games. And you really compared the Kansas City Chiefs to the Buffalo Bills, they're really nearly identical. If you were to look at the teams, not knowing which team is what, looking at their total yards and everything like that, offense and defense, and scoring, you would not know which team is which, and you would honestly think that the Bills would be the defending champs, trying to go back-to-back years with a Super Bowl victory. For instance, the Buffalo Bills are second in the NFL in scoring, while the Kansas City Chiefs are sixth. The Kansas City Chiefs are ranked 11 in giving up points per game on defense, while the Bills are 16th. And there's really pretty much only 1 point deciding each of those rankings in between the two of those teams. The Kansas City Chiefs are first in passing yards per game, while the Buffalo Bills are third. The Chiefs are 16th in rushing yards per game, while the Buffalo Bills are ranked 20th. They are nearly identical when it comes to pass defense and run defense. Buffalo's giving up just less than 3 yards per game than Kansas City when it comes to the ground, and they're giving up only 4 yards less than Kansas City is on defense when it comes to the air. So their defense is really identical. Like I mentioned, their offense is very similar when it comes to total offense and points per game. Surprising that Buffalo actually outscores Kansas City in points per game. Kansas City is the 11th best defense when giving up points per game, while the Buffalo Bills are 16th, but there's only 1.5 points separating those two teams. These teams did play each other earlier in the season in October. The Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Bills 26-17, but that was in October, and both of these teams are completely different then. At the time, the Chiefs looked easily like the best team in the league. Fast forward to the end of the regular season, and you can make a case that the Bills are not only the best team in the AFC, they may be the best team in the NFL right now. They're playing outstanding football. In the NFL, it's most important to win games at the end of the season, and if you end the season on a high note, you're a dangerous team in the playoffs. The Bills are 13-3. One of those losses were to the Titans in October. The following week, they did lose to that Chiefs game I mentioned, 26-17. And their last loss on the season was to the Arizona Cardinals on the Hail Mary. Those plays never really work. So if you really think about it, the Bills should totally be 14-2 right now and be tied for the AFC standings with the Kansas City Chiefs, although the Chiefs do have a tiebreaker. The Bills really should have won that game because Hail Marys never really happen. And you look at the last 8 games, really is what stands out to me. The Kansas City Chiefs, you look at their scoring differential, their points per game on offense and defense. The average score of the last 8 games for the Kansas City Chiefs is 29-26. You would think for a team who is 14-2, although the last game of the season, just the other day, the Kansas City Chiefs did not play Patrick Mahomes. They played Chad Henne instead. But that's still really surprising that the Chiefs are just outscoring teams by 3 points a game the last 8 games. And then you look at the Buffalo Bills. And then you look at the Buffalo Bills, and they are absolutely completely different. The last 8 games, the Buffalo Bills are outscoring teams 37-22. That is absolutely insane. They are on an absolute tear. They have one of the longest win streaks currently in the NFL. Josh Allen is playing like an MVP candidate, playing like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. And the game that really stands out to me is the Bills playing the Miami Dolphins this past week. The Bills defeated the Dolphins 56-26. And they took Josh Allen out in the third quarter. And Matt Barkley, the backup quarterback, played the rest of the game. And they were still scoring points. They beat the Miami Dolphins by 30 points. Scored 56 points against a team who, if Miami would have won, they would have made the playoffs. So you score over 50 points against a playoff caliber team who totally could have been in the playoffs and absolutely destroyed them, proving that you're one of the best teams in the league. While you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they played the Dolphins just several weeks ago, and they only won 33-27. Like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs, 8 of their 14 wins are by one possession. They're not playing teams the way they should be playing. Despite winning 7 of their last 8 games, the Kansas City Chiefs, in my opinion, have proven that they could be beat by a really good team. And to me, the Buffalo Bills are a very, very good team, possibly the best team in the NFL right now. They're playing outstanding football. And if these two teams play in the playoffs, as of right now, I really think the Buffalo Bills would defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. This is why I don't really think the Kansas City Chiefs would be in the Super Bowl. I know they had the head-to-head win earlier in the season, but if it's how you play in the postseason, that's how you play at the end of the season, that's what really counts. And I really believe the Kansas City Chiefs would not be in the Super Bowl this season. This was my Hot Take Tuesday episode where I believe the Kansas City Chiefs won't be in the Super Bowl. If you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time on the Sports Dude Hein Show.